Yes or no?
We are not paid by any one of those organizations.
That wasn't my question. Yes or no?
It was a contentious hearing that almost came to an early close.
Mr. Poilievre, do I have to suspend this meeting because I will?
We Charity is a nonpartisan organization.
The Kielburgers denied any kind of special relationship with the Trudeau government.
I've never seen the Prime Minister or Sophie Gregoire Trudeau in a social setting. Neither of us have. We've never had a meal with him. We've never socialized with him ever.
And they denied they were seeking a bailout when they entered into the agreement to run the student grants program.
This was not about the government helping We Charity. We Charity sought to help the government.
The Kielburgers also revealed they paid the Trudeaus travel expenses, nearly $168,000 for the PM's mother, Margaret, nearly $20,000 for his brother, Alexandre, and $25,000 for his wife, Sophie, and that they only started paying Margaret Trudeau after her son became Prime Minister. The payments were a surprise to Michelle Douglas, who resigned as chair of WE's board in March.
The information told to the board was that no speakers were paid to speak at WE Days.
The Kielburgers said the money was not for the speeches themselves, but for other related events.
Yes, she spoke on the We Day stage, but she also provided time to come to the receptions, to have the opportunity to meet with individuals, to sign the books, to do all these additional events.
The Kielburgers also denied they were looking for a shortcut to a lucrative government contract.
Frankly, sir, we understand what you're asking us, and we recognize that, frankly, I wish it wasn't a sole source contract. I wish we could have competed with others. I wish that different decisions had been made on the final decision making on all of these matters. That was not ours to decide.
And they said their deal with the government had put their whole charity's future at risk.
Frankly, there are days that we wish that we had never answered the phone on April 19th.
Whether the brothers' testimony helped We Charity or not, it did little for the government and instead raised more questions about why the Trudeaus were paid when so many other speakers were not, and why WE's own board of directors weren't informed of that. Evan Dyer, CBC News, Ottawa.
Okay, so let's bring Vashi Capellos, host of Power and Politics, into this conversation. Vashi, a whole very long day of testimony. In the end, though, how significant was it?
Yeah, that's the question I've been asking myself all evening as well, Adrienne. I'm not sure from a political perspective I have a conclusive answer. I don't think it was a slam dunk for the opposition. It's not like anything the Kielburgers said massively undermined the arguments the Prime Minister and his ministers have put forward so far. But on the other hand, here's where I do think it could be significant. We learned a lot today about the way the charity works and its finances, some major questions the government probably should have considered before handing over this student grant program to them. And we also learned that the money we paid to members of the Prime Minister's family for their work, except for one instance, was all paid since Justin Trudeau became Prime Minister. And that adds to the appearance of a conflict. My guess is, though the opposition didn't land a deafening blow, that will really fuel their fire going forward.
Okay, so if we look ahead to Thursday, the Prime Minister, his Chief of Staff are set to testify. In particular, what are you watching for that day?
Look, first, it's a big deal for the Prime Minister, any Prime Minister, to be grilled at a committee in the middle of a controversy. So that in and of itself is going to be a spectacle. Then I'm really going to be watching to see what approach the opposition takes, what they hone in on. Bottom line, will they be able to get the Prime Minister to admit something he hasn't already or reveal new information? It's a risky strategy for the Prime Minister to employ, to get grilled by MPs, like I said, in the middle of a controversy. It either pays off or it backfires. The stakes couldn't be higher. Adrienne?
All right, Vashi, thanks very much.